when we're looking at speedy trial, okay, what we had the administrative judge come before us, and they're looking at hiring 200 new employees, court officers, and court personnel. And what we're being told from 3 years ago, they're down 1,700. So what's happening is the congestion in the court, right, and the lack of court personnel are making it where the court is actually closing down because they can't get prisoners to come up, right, or else they'll only have one court officer in the courtroom, and it's unsafe. They have to close down. And if you look in the back, the paperwork, it's so piled up because they don't have the clerks to prepare it. So one of the biggest things with 3030 that we run into a speedy trial is, you know, court time, court congestion, right? And they don't have the employees in order to speed this up. So one of the things I'd ask is that when you go back to the governor and say, look, we're at a point right now where we're stepping over $1 to pick up a dime, right? The process is getting so slowed down right now, right, that it's actually costing us more money than it would if we hired the appropriate number of people. So that's one thing, especially if you want to deal with issues of right to a speedy trial, that has to be dealt with right now. We've cut court staff to the bone. So, I mean, that's one thing you have to look at. And if you don't fix that, you're not going to fix this, all right? The other thing is you said we haven't cut any programs. However, according to the information that I have, right, there's elimination of local criminal justice programs. And one would be that we're eliminating the crime and control and prevention programs by $2.8 million. Then we have the defendant screening services locally by $1 million that we used to fund. Domestic violence programs locally, we're cutting $1.6 million. And payments to counties for costs associated with legal assistance for indigent parolees, we're cutting that by $600,000. So we may not have cut on the state level programs we're doing, but we're cutting funding from local programs. Is that true?
Yes, I'd have to see the list you're referring to. It sounds like you may be referring to items that were legislative ads in previous years. What I was referring to is programs that were funded under the executive budget from last year, the DCJS funded programs. The only one of those that I'm aware of that's being eliminated is the Westchester Special Police Funds. The rest of them, you know, snug increased. Many of them were held harmless. Some of them had a roughly 5.5% decrease, but I'm not aware of any of the executive-funded programs being cut out.
All right, if you could check on that, you could check with our Ways and Means. They'll give you a list.
Okay, we will.
And the last thing is I keep hearing something about the governor with the bail. And whether this is true or not, you can clarify it for me. I'm being told that the governor wants the counties to put up pots of money so that they can pay bail for certain people. Is that true?
No, I have not heard any proposal from the executive. I believe you're referring to a concept similar to something done in the Bronx with the Bronx Defender, where there's basically a community fund, as I understand it, that posts bail in some cases. I have not heard of any conversation about an executive proposal along those lines.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.